Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshulamitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashati Dishadharine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today is chapter 17 about divisions of faith. Okay, so we learned about the three modes of material nature yesterday, and yes. So what are the three modes of material nature? Anyone? The three modes. Yes.
Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun.
Yeah, so Sattvagun, Rajagun, and Tamagun. So Sattva is in goodness, then you have Rajas or passion, and Tamagun or ignorance, right? So we learned about all these things. Now Krishna is going to speak more about these gunas based on your faith, your food which you eat, and all that. See, I told you about the different types of timings when these people get up, these people sleep, the types of books they read, the activities they do when they get up, all that we learned, right? But then today, Krishna is going to speak about the different faith based on these gunas, like who worship whom in which guna. Okay, in Sattva people worship whom, Rajas worship whom, Tamas worship whom, and based on the food, like what type of food the Sattva people eats and Rajaguna eats, and what they prefer, and all that, all this, and sacrifices, austerities, how can be done in different modes, and all that. So in the modes are explained in detail in this chapter based on the divisions of faith. Arjuna Vaja, Ye Shastra Vidam Usrija, Yajante Shraddhayanvita, Tesham Nishtatuka Krishna, Sattvam Ahorajastamaha. Who chanted the shlokas, Mataji, today?
Sharda Mataji.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Oh Krishna, what is Arjuna is asking? What is the situation of those who do not follow the principles of scripture but worship according to their own imagination? Are they in goodness, passion, or ignorance? See, so some of the things like about worshipping and all, it should be mentioned in the scripture, right? You should do this. See, unless prescribed by the doctor, you can't take the medicine as you like. It doesn't have an effect, right? Instead of the doctor prescribing like $650 should be taken like 3 times a day. Okay, so but you take instead like 1 time a day, the fever doesn't come down, right? That's according to your wish. You take the medicine, it doesn't have any effect. An antibiotic prescribed should be taken for a particular period of time, like 5 days, 7 days. Otherwise, it's that course is not completed. Same way, unless it's not prescribed in the shastras, just worshipping whimsically, it's not a good thing. I don't know, it's not right to speak about the movies here, but still, this movie was really interesting to me. This was before I came to Krishna Consciousness. I was a movie freak and I used to watch a lot of movies. There was a movie called PK, right? Very famous one of Amir Khan. Anyone remember the scene? What happened? It was a college exam or something, and then he took a stone, just a stone, and kept it near the college under a tree, and put some kumkum on that, put some money there, and he was hiding somewhere behind a tree. You remember that scene? And all the children, I mean the students, the young teenagers, because it's exam and they just saw a stone with kumkum and some money, they all started bowing down there. Oh, it's God here, please help me to pass the exam. Remember that one? I'll give you milk, please do that, do this, I'll do abhishek, I'll do that money, I'll give this money. And a lot of money came there, and they don't know who established the deity, or is it actually a temple and it's authorized or not. This is what happens to us. We see something, we go for it. No, we should inquire who established that temple, uh, what is the thing given in Shastras to worship that. So everything should be not according to our imagination. It should be prescribed in the Shastra. Now Arjuna is asking, if they worship just like that, without following the scriptures, what mode is it? So are those who create some sort of God by selecting human beings and placing their faith in them, worshipping in goodness, passion, or ignorance? What is your answer for this question? There's so many so-called human gods nowadays, so many gods manufactured every day. So really, is it goodness, passion, or is it ignorance? Prabhupada was against all
I
this.
think it is in passion.
Yeah,
Passion or
yes, they want so many desires, right? They want wealth from that god. They go and they say, please give us wealth, we make us famous and all that. But
Also, they are ignorant.
it's basically more of ignorance. They don't know. They are in ignorance. Tamoguna. They just go for it. But then, as Mataji told, yes, Rajoguna is also mixed in that, because they have desires to fulfill. That's why they worship whimsically, any god selecting. That's not allowed in the Shastras. We should not do that. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Trivida Bhavati Shraddha Dehinam Sa Swabhavacha Satviki Rajasi Chaiva Tamasi Cheti Tam Shruno. So what does Krishna say? The Supreme Lord said, according to the modes of nature acquired by the embodied soul, one's faith can be three kinds: goodness, passion, or ignorance. Now hear about them. So Krishna is going to tell about the faith in the three modes. Yachante satvika devan, yaksha rakshasmi rajasa, pretan bhuda ganamshanye, yachante tamasa jana. So men in the mode of goodness worship the demigods. You can see here. So because they have a lot of desires, they want wealth and money and all. It's not wrong. They are in Sattvagun. It's good. Okay, so goodness, worship the demigods. But the problem is what? There's Punarjanma. You go to all the demigods in the world, you come back again. There's no moksha there. Okay. Now in passion, they worship the demons. A lot of demons, so-called demons around in Kali Yuga is being worshipped. See, it's good to admire a hero in a movie or a cricket star. You can admire and appreciate their talent, but don't worship them, keeping the photo in a puja room or worshipping and all. People do that. Humans are not to be worshipped. Okay, because you get attached to that person, then there's punarjanma. So you're in passion, that so worshipping them. And what happens? They take birth in the earth again and again. Those who worship demigods, they take birth in heavenly planets. And in the mode of ignorance, they worship ghosts and spirits. I'm not mentioning the place, but there is actually some place my friends told. In that, they worship the ghost and spirit. They call the spirit back and they worship. That's not to be done at all. It should not be done at all. You go to hellish planet by doing that. And that's a tamoguna. That's an ignorance. You should not worship like that. It's not given in the Shastras. But then people do it for some material gain. So this mode of goodness, so they worship the demigods here, and mode of passion, they worship people or the demons around. And demons, I mean, some kind of villain characters, right? They've been admired and worshipped by people around. And mode of ignorance of tamogun, they worship the ghost and spirit. What is the problem in? It's not wrong worshipping demigods and all, as I told you, because indirectly you worship the supreme lord. But then they give material benefits, right? Ashutosh, Lord Shiva is Ashutosh, he get pleased very easily. He gives material benefits. Okay, it's good for some extent, but because what happens, the more money you get, the more you get away from spiritual life. It said most rich people don't come, rarely comes to spiritual life because they are happy. They have a lot of money. They don't have any much so-called problems in life. They are so happy, but still they suicide. So there is problems in their life also, right? So you won't get proper happiness by doing all these things because it's not the highest. Okay, because the moksha or liberation doesn't come here. So this is the problem in mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. But which is the mode which is above the three modes? Can anyone answer? There's a mode which I explained above the three modes. Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Shuddha Sattva Guna.
Yeah, it's pure goodness. And how do you reach there?
By chanting the holy name.
Very good. Yes. So about the three modes is Shuddha Sattva or pure goodness who worship Krishna. Because you might ask me why this difference? Because it's only Krishna who can guarantee you moksha. He's a moksha data. Only he can give you liberation from birth, death, old age, disease. Why? Because he's a creator, right? Brahma is a secondary creator. Even if you worship Brahma, you go to Brahma Loka. Ah Brahma Bhuvanar Loka Punar Avartana Arjuna. Krishna says, even if you go to the Brahma Loka, you come down because Brahma also has a lifespan, right? But then worshipping Krishna, that's in pure Sattvagun. Otherwise, you can't reach there. So those who are chanting, you're slowly elevating yourself to pure Sattvagun or Shuddha Sattvagun or pure goodness. This is ISKCON Vrindavan, Shri Krishna Balram temple. Okay, and Prabhupada is doing Aarti there. You should all visit Vrindavan once. It's so much positive energy. You know, the Kirtan which I sing, the Hare Krishna Kirtan, it's going on 24 hours in the temple. Can you imagine 24 hours? Night, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, the Brahmachari boys sit and do, when it's winter or summer or whatnot, never there was a time where the Harinam was broken. It's 24 hours. That's Prabhupada's order, 24 hours Harinam. So that positive energy when you enter the temple in Vrindavan, it's amazing. I can't express the feelings, but it's amazing. So all of you, whenever after the COVID situation, like whenever you get time, please visit Vrindavan. It's a beautiful place where Lord Krishna did his pastimes, and there's Yamuna and Govardhan, and it's ecstatic to be there. At least one day in Vrindavan, it's like it gave you a lot of punya, and it helps you to grow in bhakti. So please do visit. So this is the different type of worshipping done. Okay, so those who worship Krishna, they reach Vaikuntha or Krishna Loka. Yet katvana nivartande taddhamam paramama. Once you go there, there's no coming back. I didn't say this. Krishna says this, right? So that's the final goal we need to go. So that's why. And those who worship demigods go to heaven, right? But even if you go to heaven, you come down. You take rebirth once the punya, once your happiness is over. There, you come down. Then demons, if you worship, go to hell, and ghost and spirit, they go to ghostly planets. So why do you worship them, right? You don't get anything by worshiping ghosts and spirits, right? You should not do that. And so that's about the faith. Now Krishna is telling about the three modes about the faith. Those in goodness, they worship the demigods, they go to heaven. Those in Rajagun or passion, they worship the demons, they take birth in the earth again. Those who are in ignorance or tamoguna, they worship the ghosts and spirits and they go to hell. Okay, so these are the three. And those who are Shuddha Sattvagun worship the Lord Krishna. And because there's liberation, there's no more coming back. Now that's based on the faith. That's the based on the gunas. There are different faiths. It's interrelated. Okay, if you are in such guna, you worship this, or you worship that person, then you become in that guna. So it's different. Okay, it's almost same. So based on the gunas, the faith is also divided to three types. Now, based on the gunas, there's different types of food which we eat. Okay, so you are what you eat, right? It really matters. Like when people, youngsters come with diabetes and cholesterol, I'm like worried what lifestyle they are having. A lot of junk foods and a lot of sweets and what not they have, right? There's no natural food, there's no salads to be seen, or there's no fruits or nothing. They just go on with these junk foods and things, and children are getting so much problems, metabolic syndrome, so many problems. So why don't you control your tongue and regulate your lifestyle in such a way that there's no more diseases, right? So let's see about the three modes. you are what you eat. So let's see food in the Sattva Gun. Ayu Sattva Balarogya Shuka Priti Vivardhanaha Rashya Snigdha Stira Hridya Ahara Satvika Priya. So Lord Krishna said to Arjuna, foods dear to those in the mode of goodness, Satvik, increase the duration of life, purify one's existence, give strength, health, happiness, satisfaction. Such foods are juicy, fatty, wholesome, and pleasing to the heart. Okay, so in Sattvagun, as we all know, we all eat salads and fresh fruits and vegetables. It's very nice when you eat fruits and vegetables. I mean, when you have salads and all that day, like everything, your body feels light and you feel really, those who have taken Ekadashi can experience that, right? On that day, we really feel light and we feel like the body is getting detoxified, and it's so nice to have fresh fruits and vegetables, even though there's no organic things coming out now, but still you wash it properly and all that, and then you take it. It's nice, and what it do, it increases the duration of life. Okay, now people say we all have a fixed lifespan, right? We have an expiry date, but what about increasing the duration? But Lord can increase the duration of the devotees, right? Or by doing sattvic lifestyle, the diseases can be prevented. That's what we mean by increasing the duration of life. You can prevent the diseases from coming, and then the more you live in sattvic gun, your material nature gives the body for a longer time, because uh, there are cases happening in medical field. There's like miracle. We thought the patient almost expired, but then he comes back to life, right? It happens. So this might be the food style they follow or the type of worshipping they do based on that. So in Sattvic Guna, what happens? It purifies your mind. And now this is a question: why mind gets purified? Let's see how the food eaten is broken down. Now this is in Sattvic Guna. This is how we offer. As I told in the 9th chapter, 26 sloka, which is that sloka Nidikshna Patram Pushpam. You know, things. Tadaham Bhakti Upahritam Asnami Tairatmanaha. Yeah. So Krishna says you offer with love and devotion a fruit, a flower, a leaf, a water, anything. Okay. I accept it. So this is what we can do. Please, all of you, any fruit you have at home, please, even if you can't not able to cut it, at least please keep in front of the Lord. You don't have a no tulsi at home, no problem. Just keep it like that. Water. So this is how we offer, and not only Patram Pushpam Phalantayam. Krishna said that, but we offer more than that. Like we don't take anything except Krishna Prasad. We offer to the Lord and then takes like this. This is given to the Lord as bhog, and then we take it. Why we are doing this? It purifies the existence. Okay, it purifies. So most of them don't know this third part here. Now food which we eat is broken into three parts. Actually in science we learned only these two things, right? Gross part goes as stool or waste, and some middle ingredient get absorbed in the flesh. We get the nutrients from the food we eat. But then this last part is kind of missed from the science books, but it's there in the scriptures, that there is a subtle ingredient which is absorbed in your mind, your consciousness. That's why it said you are what you eat. So make healthy choices. We always have these things, na? Like burgers and sandwich and pizzas and French fries and cokes, and see, once in a while it's okay, but not every day or every weekend. It's like it's so much of calories and so much problems eating them. But what about the sattvic style? It's good. So better to have at home. Because of Corona, kids are having food at home. That's a good thing. So because it's cooked with love by your mother, the cooking has a consciousness also. It's carried. Most of you would have noticed who cooks. If you're angry and frustrated, and when you cook, the curry is not at all tasty, or it doesn't look good. But when the day you're happy cooking, you're so happy and you're enjoying the cooking, naturally the taste of the food increase, because the consciousness gets spread through the heat of the fire. and the consciousness is very important. Who cooks it? Okay, so the subtle part absorbs into the mind. The food we eat also, there is a subtle part which absorbs into your mind. Your consciousness level changes. So be correct in selecting their choice. And you all, Krishna doesn't make you strict, you should eat only this. No, he gives varieties. There's varieties for human beings, right? Variety is the mother of invention. Like this lot of varieties coming, and then disease are related to food habits, we know. So there's always a war going on when you go in front of a pizza shop or all that things. Then it's pulling you there. But then what about vegetarians, or what about fresh salads and fruits, right? So that should be included more in our diet. So preparing for bhog for Krishna, it should be cooked with good consciousness. So there was a devotee who used to chant Hare Krishna and then cook, or hear the Hare Krishna bhajans and then cook. So it's like she doesn't think anything else except the Lord when she cooks. So offering to Krishna, it should be with love and devotion. Unless it's with love and devotion, Krishna doesn't accept it, right? So can anyone say some example of devotees who offered and Krishna accepted with love and devotion? Yes, Prabhu. Who was that?
Yeah, Sudama offered poha.
Very good. Sudama offered poha. Yes, Chinmayanda Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hmm.
I was also going to say about Sudama.
Anyone else? Yesterday was Ram Navami. Someone gave fruits to Ram.
Shabri.
Shabri.
Shabri gave fruit.
Yes. So it is said, no? कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं, मेरे शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं. So who told God doesn't eat? God eats. Shabari was the excellent devotee who gave. What about Gajendra? He gave a lotus flower to Lord and he accepted. Vidura's wife gave the peel of banana and Lord accepted it. So Lord accepts anything which you give with love and devotion. But then Duryodhana also called Krishna to have come and have feast at my home. But then Krishna didn't go there. Krishna knows Duryodhana is not a devotee. So if a non-devotee accepts a big feast to the Lord also, he doesn't accept it. Krishna don't want your food, as Prabhupada said. He's not hungry. He wants your love and devotion. Your bhav is important. You can see here, this is how they cook Krishna Prasad in ISKCON temples with a lot of devotion, because they're cooking for Krishna, right? They're not for their sense gratification. They're doing for the Lord. And that's the correct mood for offering. Oh, I love paneer, so today I'm going to make paneer. No, what does Krishna likes? I make that and I offer. And we don't taste before offering. When you taste, it becomes your waste, or your what we call mochi thing, but it's not neat to offer to someone. And then you don't offer in the same plate as you eat. Krishna is a VVIP in your home, so you have to have a separate plate and glass and new things for them, for him. So please do offer. And as someone asked, are you sure Krishna is eating? Yes, Asnami. Krishna says, I accept. So if you take it back as Krishna Prasad, it's transcendental. Krishna Prasad is transcendental. It purifies your mind and it can do wonder. So there's a correct mode for offering, and you have to honor Krishna Prasad. You don't eat Krishna Prasad, you're honoring it because it's Lord Himself. And don't waste Krishna Prasad. Results of taking Krishna Prasad is you become transcendently happy. So try that and see. Now that's about Sattva-guna, okay, mode of goodness. That is good vegetarian and fruits and vegetables and all, and it purifies your mind, increase the lifestyle, give you strength and happiness, and the food is wholesome, juicy, and pleasing to the heart. Now let's see about Rajoguna. Most of you would like this. Now the chaat masalas and pani puris and all that on the streets, so spicy and all. Yeah, I mean, most of us like it, right? Katvamala lavanantushna tikshna ruksha vidanhina ahara rajasa seshta dukkha sokamaya prada. Foods that are too bitter, too sour, too salty, like the chips are all available. So too hot, or it's very chilly, pungent, dry, and burning are dear to those in the mode of passion. So yes, we are in the mode of passion sometimes. Yeah, Rajaguna. Such foods causes distress, misery, and diseases. You know, most of the people come to my hospital with gastric problems. Oh, they have a lot of spicy things, and there's gastric ulcers and whatnot. There's a lot of gaseous problems, and the acidity increases, right? Too much of these things. It's not good for your health. And there's a competition in China or somewhere. There's a chili eating competition. They see how many chilies you eat. I had a friend who just bites green chilies and with along with rotis and all. I can't do that. I can't even just put it near my mouth. No, I can't tolerate too much chilies. Okay, so but then for some people they love it without chilies. They eat raw chilies. It shows in there. That's in Rajoguna actually. Rajoguna dominates that time. Okay, yadayamam gadarasam pudi paryusitam chaya uchishtam api chametyam bhojanam tamasa priyaha. So food prepared more than 3 hours before being eaten, food that is tasteless, decomposed, putrid, and food consisting of the remnants and untouchable things is dear to those in the mode of ignorance or darkness. Okay, so it's said like you should not eat the waste or that is kept for a long time open. There is decomposing, and nowadays summer, a lot of people come with food poisoning, right? The foodstuffs are getting spoiled so fast. You keep it outside, you make a curry in the morning, by evening it's spoiled. So better keep in the fridge or something, maintain the temperature and then eat. But be careful of always, because reheating is always bad. Putting in the fridge and reheating is actually bad, but because of our busy lifestyle we are forced to do that. We may not be able to follow it naturally, but then always freshly cooked food is good. If possible you can do that, and try to avoid keeping for a long time, because there will be some kind of decomposition happening. We don't see it, but there is. Okay, there's some microorganisms growing in it. So the foods which are like fungus and all that should not be taken. And there's some kind of cheese, I don't know the name of this cheese, but then in America and US and all, you get this, right? So this like it's anyone knows can raise your hand. The more it becomes decayed, I mean, the time period increase, the more costly it is and more tasty it is. That's what people say. Huh? What is that, Mataji?
Mozzarella cheese.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's kind of like for a long time they keep. Might be, yes. You've seen the wine and all. It's kept for a long time. But what is happening there? Decomposing is happening. We don't know, but we think it's very tasty and we take it. But then tamoguna increases in us. So Krishna speaks about the 3 modes of food items, how people are sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic, and that's how our quality also develops. So when we see that we have to improve the sattvagun in us, we have to change our lifestyle. We have to change the food which we eat. That's more important. Have more of sattvic lifestyle, more of sattva food. I'm not going into detail about anything else like non-veg and all. Everyone has their own selection choice, but we are not forcing you to stop anything or doing anything. You continue eating what you are, but then balance it. Have a lot of fruits and vegetables and salads included in your diet. If you're not taking salad, start taking from now. Doesn't need to be like anyone can take it. Bachelors, you just have to buy some carrots and fresh vegetables, then wash it, then have it, right? Just so include a lot of fruits and vegetables in your diet, and slowly the sattva guna in you will rise. So first Krishna spoke about the difference in faith. In sattva people worship demigods, rajagun about demons, and tamagun about the ghosts and spirits. Then Krishna speaks about the food. In goodness, how the foods are, in rajagun or passion, and then tamagun. Okay, and then about sacrifice. Krishna speaks about the sacrifice in the 3 modes. Afalankankshibhiryajno vidhi dishto ijyate yashtavyam evedi mana samadhyasa sattvika. So now in Sattvagun, what is the sacrifice? Of sacrifice, the sacrifice performed according to the direction of scripture, and it's a matter of duty by those who desire no reward, is the nature of goodness. Srila Prabhupada was like that. He had this 3-tier system. Can you see here? A small cooker like this. It's still kept in Vrindavan in Prabhupada's home. Oh, that's amazing. Nostalgia when you go to that home. It's just behind the Krishna Balram temple in ISKCON. In the Parikram Marg, if you go Raman Reddy, that's the place where Krishna had his Goshala. I mean, he used to graze his cows there. So ISKCON has a big Goshala there. And in Prabhupada's house, these things are kept as a museum, whatever Prabhupada have used. It's very nice to see this 3-tier system where Prabhupada used to keep some rice, I mean dal in the top bottom, in the middle there's rice, and above there's vegetables. So everything get cooked at the same time. And he taught all the Americans how to roast chapatis, how to make rotis. Okay, they didn't know. And they were given rice, dal, sabji, and rotis. They didn't even never saw all these things in life. Prabhupada makes it with his own hands, offer it to the Lord. He got a small photo of Panchatattva when he went to America. So he used to keep it there and ring the bell and offer. So these people don't know what he's doing. So they used to call the bells. Oh, Prabhupada is ringing the bells. They don't know he's offering. And after that, Prabhupada takes it back and give Krishna Prasad to all. And there's Sunday feast. Even wherever you're staying, after the corona, you can go on Sundays to all the ISKCON temples. There's feast called Sunday feast. Go there, please. There's ISKCON bullets called gulab jamun. My favorite, offer to the Lord. It's so different. The prasad, once you taste Krishna Prasad, you always want to take more. Why? Because the prasad has the saliva of the Lord. It's been tasted by the Lord, and it's a remnants of the Lord. So it's amazing to have Krishna Prasad. If you can do it at home itself, right? Patram pushpam phalam to you can offer. So this is a kind of a sacrifice, right? And it's prescribed in Kali Yuga, or to chant the holy name. All that comes here in Sattaguna, which is prescribed in the scripture, and it's a duty to do it. And there's no reward. We are not desiring anything while chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I want a big house. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I want a lot of money. No, this is not the material things. Krishna satisfies it, but then we should not ask for all these things while chanting, right? So that's in nature of goodness. Okay. Now sacrifice in Kali Yuga is chanting the holy name, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So chanting the holy name should be done in Kali Yuga because that is prescribed in the scriptures. Can you all unmute and chant once?
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Yes, so that is what is prescribed in the Shastra. So we follow what is given in the Shastra. Then we are in the mode of goodness. Okay, we are doing it. Also prescribed Dharma and Kali Yuga, which is a Sankirtan Yajna introduced by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates. Now Krishna speaks about the Rajaguna and passion, about the sacrifices. Apishanthyaya tu phalam dambatam apichaivayat ichyate bharata srishta tam yajnam vidimrajasam. But the sacrifice performs for some material benefit or for the sake of pride or chief of Bharatas, you should know, to be in the mode of passion. Now, see, some people do sacrifice in the sense they help others and everything. It's just to show off, or just to become proud of the money they have, or it's just to kind of expecting something in return. That isn't passion. Okay, so you give charity, see, it's like we're giving, but then we are not bothered. Okay, just take it and go. We're not or maybe to just show others that, oh, I have a lot of money, we give like 100 rupees to the poor and all in front of our friends, just like that, just show off. That is rajasa. And then that's the sake of pride, that, and it is done for some material benefit. Oh, if I help this person, I'm going to get some benefit in life. So you have that thought in mind. No, that's not the right type of the method. What you give with your right hand, your left hand should not know. So much secret it should be, right? So that is in Rajoguna. Vidhihinam asrishtanam mantrahinam atakshinam shraddha virahitam yajnam tamasam parichakshate. Any sacrifice performed without regarding for the direction of scriptures, without distribution of prasadam, or spiritual food, without chanting the Vedic hymns and remuneration to the priest, and without faith, said to be in the mode of ignorance. So that's what people are doing, right? Burning all these, what they gain by doing all these things, right? They could have given these cycles to the poor kids at least, or they could have done something. What is this happening? This is all in Tamoguna, because they don't know. It's not given in the scriptures, but they think, oh, these are all the sacrifice I'm doing. I'm sacrificing my bicycle for good. No, this is of no goodness. It creates a lot of havoc in the society. This is in Tamoguna, in mode of ignorance. So anyone knows the story of Basmasur? Subara Prabhu might know. Anyone knows the story of Basmasur and Lord Shiva? Yes, Prabhuji.
Bhasmasur is Rakshas. He does penance, and Lord Shiva came. Then he requested Lord Shiva, please give me such a boon. On
Yes.
whomever I touch my hand, keep my hand, that should be turned into ashes.
Yeah. Basma.
Then Lord Shiva, as usual, Bhaktavatsala, he has given. Okay. Then what Bhasmasura thought immediately, whether I have given or not, he wanted to test whether I
Yeah.
got the boon. Then he
Yes.
will be trying to put that hand on Lord Shiva's head. Then
Yes.
Lord Shiva starts running.
Yeah.
So
And
he
who comes to help?
and runs. Then Mohini avatar, Lord
Yeah.
Vishnu comes to save.
Yes.
And then he will be diverting Bhasmasura that he said, you please do whatever I do.
Yes.
Then I will be yours. Then he just kept on dancing. Mohini kept on dancing.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
also dancing.
Yeah.
Ultimately, Mohini keeps her hand on her own head. He also
Yes.
keeps the hand on his own head. He ties.
Yes, he becomes Bhasma. So the boon which he got from Lord Shiva, it became a curse for himself. But this is what asuras are, right? This is in ignorance. But why he is getting a boon like this? To whoever I touch should become ash. Or that's a worst kind of a boon anyone can ask for, right? But that's why he got the name Bhasma Asura. Okay, whoever he touched will turns to ash, and he want to test it. He want to test it to Lord Shiva only, who gave the boon. And Shiva start running. Oh, because he gave the boon. Because he's Ashutosh. He get pleased very easily. Okay, but then he runs, and then Lord had to come. Yes, and then Bhasmasur put the hand in his own head, and he becomes Bhasma. So this is what, in ignorance, if you do any sacrifice in ignorance, it is going to be a problem for us only. It will come back to us in a negative way. So don't do it, right? There's been like black magic and all happening. So so many things happening. I heard about it. You don't like a neighbor, oh, he's so rich and he has a new car, let it all be destroyed, and you do a lot of black magic to destroy someone. But that's all, it comes to you only. They don't know that it's not in this janma, might be next janma, it takes a turn and comes to you, because that's the mode of tamagun. Material nature won't keep quiet. If you want to destroy someone, why are you jealous of your neighbor? That's his karma he's enjoying. He have done a lot of punya in his karma, we don't know, in his past life. That's why he got nice home. That's why he got a nice car. But what am I going to do with his karma? According to my karma, I get things. I'll be satisfied. Why are we jealous of others and we do all kind of black magic? So many things are happening. We know, right? In a profession also, you want to pull down put down a colleague, and all this is happening. Why? The karma will come to us. It comes as a reaction. So this is in tamogun. You're doing in tamogun the sacrifice. Bhasmasur, he will did this in tamogun. Not only that, Hiranyakashipu, remember, Hiranyakashipu did lot of tapasya and finally asked Brahma all the boon. And what happened? Did he get the good lifespan? No. Lord Narasimha came and took his life. So in tamoguna, whatever the sacrifice we do, it's not going to help us. In Sattaguna, they do it according to the scripture as a matter of duty. They do it, and it gives you happiness. Nothing you are expecting in return. In Rajaguna, passion, you want something material gain, and you want to become proud and rich. I mean, to show off. We do that. But in ignorance, they do it for their self destruction. It destroys you. It's in tamoguna, the ignorance. They don't know the sacrifice to be done. But actually, the sacrifice or yajna in Kali Yuga is chanting the holy name. So just by chanting, no need to do all the fire sacrifice and all. Everything is taken care of just by chanting. So you've heard about a BMW car, right? We also have a BMW, which is the body, mind, and words. So our BMW is the body, mind, and words. So with body, mind, and words, we can do austerity. Now Krishna explains that. Devadvija Guru Pratnya, Pujanam Saucham Arjavam, Brahmacharyam Ahimsa Cha, Shariram Tapa Uchyate. So with body, how do we do austerity? So austerity of the body consists in worshipping of the Supreme Lord, the Brahmanas, the spiritual masters, superiors like father and mother, and in cleanliness, simplicity, and non-violence. So someone who's very clean externally and internally. Then austerity of the body. You don't, when you see your elders, there's a nice samskar to go and fall at the feet, or just try to touch the feet, right? But actually, just said you should not touch the feet as such. the karma comes actually. We should just touch on the floor. That's what we do in Vaishnava Sampradaya. We touch on the floor. We don't touch anyone's feet as such, especially a spiritual master, a brahmachari or a sannyasi. We should not touch their feet. And then but we worship them. So you can see a small girl offering garlands to Prabhupada, how happy he is, and worshipping the Lord. That's in goodness. Okay, if you do this, this is in goodness. So this is how children do, right? Respecting their parents. So worshipping, Krishna says now, which is that sloka Nidikshna, 9th chapter, 34th sloka, Manmana bhava matpatto. Are you there? Mataji namaskuru. Okay, so Krishna says 4 things. Manmana, think of me, become my devotee, worship me, offer obeisance to me, obeisances or namaskara. So this is how all the males here should do namaskara like this. This is called Dandavat Namaskara, okay? The females are not supposed to do that. That's given in the Shastras. So what they do, Dandavat means a stick. You've seen a stick falls like this on the ground, just flat. And that's how the Prabhus or the males are supposed to offer obeisance to the Lord, flat on the ground. And the females can do like this. This is called Panchanga Namaskara. This is Dandavat Namaskara. This is Panchanga Namaskara, where all the 5 parts of the body, the hands, the head, your feet, the knees, the feet, everything is bent, even your mind, and you to say the mantra. So this is how the Panchanga Namaskara happens for female, and this is Dandavat Namaskara. There's one more Namaskara called Sharanagari Namaskara, where you raise both your hands and chant the holy name. That also can be done. So namaskara, this is what you do, austerity of the body. This body is given by Krishna. Why don't you use it for him? He says, mataji namaskuru, offer obeisance to me. Every day after getting up, before coming to the class, just pay an obeisances or namaskara in front of your Lord or deities and puja room or photo, whatever you have. It's good. Before going to bed, do that. I do that. It's nice because it's kind of, we are giving all our ahankar and everything to God. We are just submitting in front of Lord. Do namaskara. Okay, you go to Govardhan, you see people doing a lot of namaskaras and doing parikrama. I was so shocked to see a Prabhu having 108 stones with him, and he's doing namaskara 108 times in the same place. And I'm like, and there was another person with 1,008 stones. We do only once and we do walking after that. But they're doing namaskara, the whole Govardhan. That's a great austerity. With the body, you're doing austerity. Anudvechakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyaya vyasanam chaiva vanmayam tapa uchyate. So about speech. Now the body, we use it like by doing namaskara. Speech, what do you do? Austerity of speech consisting in speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others, and also in regularly reciting the Vedic literature. So by chanting Bhagavad Gita, by chanting the holy name, we are doing austerity of speech. We talk a lot of nonsense about politics and movies and whatnot, right? Why don't you use it for Lord's service? Why don't we chant? Why don't we speak about the Lord? That is austerity of the speech, and it should not agitate others. Okay, sometimes a lot of gossiping and so many things are happening. We try to hurt others' feelings just by words. Our words are more stronger. It can make someone happy. The words can make someone afraid, sad, and feel bad, right? So your emotions can be controlled by the words you speak. You can really make someone happy by the words, by pleasing words. So austerity of the speech is not to agitate the mind of others. Exception given as elders, parents, and teachers. They can speak harshly to us. That's to correct us, right? They are speaking to correct us. Mana prasada sayumyatva maunam atma vinigraha bhava samshuddhir ityeta tabo manasam uchyate. So that was about body and words. Now about mind and satisfaction, simplicity, gravity, self-control, purification of one's existence are the austerities of the mind. But mind is very crazy. You can see here a lot of screws and all that. Mind is very crazy, but then still you can be like simple, self-controlling. You can control your thoughts and senses, purify your existence. That's austerity of the mind. So we have given one mouth and 2 ears to speak less and hear more. So why do we have to agitate others' mind and life? So just might be sometimes silence is golden, right? Silence is golden. So these are the austerities of body, mind, and speech. Now Krishna speaks about austerities in the different modes. Shraddhaya paraya taptam tapastat trividam narai afala kankshibir yukte satvikam parichakshate. These threefold austerities, that is, what are they? Body, words, and mind, performed with transcendental faith by men, not expecting material benefits, but engaged only for the sake of the supreme, is called austerity of in goodness. So what they do, yes, taking bath in Ganges, Ganga, and Yamuna, that is also an austerity of the body. This body is being impurified, but we are purifying just by taking the Ganges water. It's so pure actually, because it came from the lotus feet of the Lord. So Ganges is not different from Lord. So just taking bath in that, a lot of your papas goes away. And then so we are doing without expecting. Actually, it's not, oh, my papa should go, I have to take bath. No, it's to please the Lord we should go, and it's as a byproduct the papa get washed away. Okay, so we do austerity of the body by doing the namaskara to the Lord, to our spiritual master, to our parents, and all that. Then austerity of the speech, you speak nice words, not agitating the mind of others, to try to speak truthfulness. Okay, then the third thing, austerity of the mind, you try to keep a simple life, simple thoughts, and just controlling your senses and all that. And then these are all coming in goodness. You're not expecting anything in return. But what about Rajagun? Shatkaramana pujartam tabo dambena chaivayat kriyate tat iha proktam rajasam chalam adruvam. Penance performed out of pride and for the sake of gaining respect, honor, and worship is said to be in the mode of passion. It's neither stable nor permanent. So you, some kind of people work like this, 24 hours into work, 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 work. No, you should have some kind of spiritual life also. Give some break, take a break. No, so have balance it. So if you keep doing this, I'm passionate, I'm greedy for money, money, money. I need more, I need more. What about your health and what about your mental health and your spiritual life, right? So don't get so much into it. This is a mode of passion, just for gaining respect, honor, and worship. You just want to become famous and all that, respectful, but it's not permanent, right? It's not permanent. That's in Rajagun. Moodagrahena atmano yad pidaya kriyate tapaha parasyo Parasyotsadahanartam va tattamasam udahritam. Penance performed out of foolishness with self-torture or to destroy or injure others is said to be in the mode of ignorance. What is he doing? He's trying to cut his own place, right? So he's not knowing what he's doing. Okay, it's the same way of sitting in a branch of the tree and cutting the same branch. It's like that. So foolish. Only ignorant people do that, to destroy others. What was Bhasmasur's idea? Oh, I have to destroy that people. Whoever I keep my hand on the head, they should become Bhasma. And Hiranyakashipu was like, I should not die, others all should die. And he was having a lot of boon. So this is all type of mode of ignorance, just to destroy others. That's what I told, black magic and all that. You tend to destroy others, but then it's not good. It comes back to you. Okay, that was about the sacrifices and all. Now comes about charity and all. Okay, datavyam iti yat dhanam diyate anupakarine deshe kale cha patrik cha taddanam satvikam smritam. So this is about Bali Maharaj's story about giving charity to Lord Vamanadev. That gift which is given out of duty at a proper time and place to a worthy person without expectation of return is considered to be charity in the mode of goodness. So Krishna first spoke about the faith in three modes, the food in three modes, the austerities, that is body, mind, and words in three modes. Then now he speaks about the charity. So we give a lot of charity, right? All of us, we are pious, we do it, right? All of us grihasthas should give charity. Okay, now so when Vamanadev came as Lord came as Vamanadev as a do-off, just asked for 3 feet of land. Bali Maharaj was about to give, but then what happened? Shukracharya stopped him, because Shukracharya know that is Lord himself, and the Lord became huge, and we know the story what happened. But then Bali Maharaj, he was so pious. We've heard the devotional service, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. In that, what did Bali Maharaj do? Anyone know? Shravanam, did he do Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam? What was the thing? I gave the example for Bali Maharaj. Anyone remember? Shravanam was Parikshit Maharaj. Remember? Yes, Rishabh.
Is it Archanam?
No, Archanam was Prudu Maharaj, which is the last devotional service.
Atmanivedanam.
Atmanivedanam. Very good. Yes, he surrendered himself to the Lord. Atmanivedanam. He gave everything to the Lord and he surrendered. He gave everything to the Lord. That's called Atmanivedanam. He got perfection, liberation by like that. Okay, so. Bali Maharaj, even though he was pushed to the Sutala Loka, that is one of the hellish planets, but God himself, Krishna himself became a doorkeeper there. And, in the next Manvantara, Indra, Lord Indra is going to be Bali Maharaj. Okay, so he is doing charity. Now, this charity is not expecting anything in return. It's in goodness. Okay, he want to give the Lord everything. He has 3 feet of land. He was ready to give it. Okay, even though later on he came to know that Lord himself came to test his devotee. But then, why Krishna did this? Why Bali Maharaj suffered all this? To show how great Krishna's devotee is. He want to show them, show others how great his devotee is. This is mode of goodness. Now, but the real charity, is it food? If you give food to others, what will happen after a few hours? What happens if you give food to someone, Nitikshna? Then what happens after some 4-5 hours?
After 4-5 hours, we get Punjab.
Again, you become hungry. Yes. So what if we give some money, Prabhu, or clothes? After 1 year, what happens to the cloth you give charity?
Those clothes become old, then they want new clothes.
It becomes torn and it becomes old. Money, you give money to others, and what happens after some few days?
We will use and it will be empty.
It will be empty. So do you think these are all the real charity? Yes, these are charity. Okay, done. But do it really satisfy the person or whoever we give? But what if you distribute a Bhagavad Gita to that person? What if you give Bhagavatam and tell them to chant or give some kind of spiritual knowledge or give some kind of a thing which helps them to advance in spiritual journey? It's never lost. It's never lost. So that's why Prabhupada says this is a real type of charity, spreading Krishna consciousness. I request all of you to advise your friends and relatives to join the main batch. Let them join, let them get. One person in the family chants Hare Krishna, the whole family gets benefit. It's a huge thing which you're doing. It's not, I'm not telling don't give all these. To give, it's good to give money and clothes and food and all. But then this is a real charity. Making someone chant, telling them the importance, the glories of chanting. They accept it or not, that's not your business. That's okay. You have tried, right? You try. Krishna is there in their heart also as Paramatma, right? So Krishna will somehow bring them to Krishna consciousness. There was a Mataji who told she gifted Bhagavad Gita to two of her friends. I was so happy listening to that. That's the real type of charity she's doing. And some kind of donation to the temples can be done. That was in goodness. There's no reaction coming and we don't expect anything in return. What about Rajogun? Yattu pratyupakarartam phalam uddeshya va punaha diyate cha parikshtam Taddanam Raja Samsmritam. What is this person doing? But charity performed with expectation of some return or with a desire for fruitive results or in a grudging mode is said to be in the charity in the mode of fashion. So he's giving good, he's doing charity, he's giving vegetables to the poor family. But then he's taking a photo for a selfie. Why? Posting that I'm giving to put it in the social media, to put it in Facebook and WhatsApp, to make others know. To see how many likes he gets, to see whether it goes viral. Like, why? He want to become famous, right? Oh, see, I'm doing all these things. Oh, people will say, oh, wow, he's so nice. Yeah, he's doing all this charity. Okay, it's good for actors, and I'm not telling it's wrong for the actors to do this. Good. Why? Some people take them as role model and they follow it. That's why these actors and film stars and cricketers, they involve in charity thing and they make it public. They publish it. Why? So that people get admired or inspired by their charity and people also follow them. That is a good intention to spread it. If you want more people to help for charity, then doing this way, not making you famous, but to for the institution or for the organization to help them. You want more people to do charity, that's a good intention. But just to become famous, to show you're proud, or just to get something in return, that's not. That's in type of rajoguna. Adesha kale. Adesha kale yad dhanam apatrebhyascha diyate asatkritam avajnanatam tattamasam udahritam. Any charity performed at an impure place, at an impure time, to unworthy persons or without proper attention and respect is said to be in the mode of ignorance. So you can see here, this boy is already smoking and he's telling, I need money for weed. I mean, if we give money to this person, what is he going to do? Anyway, he's going to get a cigarette or smoke or drink, and that money is not used in a proper way, right? So that's in ignorance. So the last slokas, Om Tat Sat iti Nirdesho Brahmanas Trividam Smritaha Brahmanas Tena Vedascha Yajnascha Vihita Puraha. From the beginning of creation, the three syllables Om Tat Sat have been used to indicate the supreme absolute truth Brahman. They were uttered by Brahmanas while chanting Vedic hymns and during sacrifice for the satisfaction of the supreme. So some they say Krishna Arpanamastu. I mean, everything is given to the Lord or everything is sacrificed to the Lord. It's Om Tat Sat. That means Om means the Lord in himself. Tat Sat. That means it indicates the supreme truth. So when people do something, they just say Om Tat Sat or Krishna Arpanamastu. Everything is given to the Lord. As a last sloka, Ashradhyahutam datam tapastaptam kritam chayat asad idi uchyate partha nacha tat pretayo no hiha. Anything done as a sacrifice, charity or penance without faith in the Supreme or Son of Pritha is impermanent. It's called asad and is useless both in this life and next. So if you do it without that is given in the Shastras, if you do the sacrifice, austerities, anything which is not prescribed, just whimsically or by someone saying it or just to please someone, just to get something in return, that doesn't have any effect for you in this life or next life. In fact, it has negative effect. Bhasmasur did a lot of tapasya and finally it came a negative to him. Hiranyakashipu did a lot of tapasya, but then Prahlad in the same house, Prahlad also did a tapasya. Hiranyakashipu had to go to the forest and do all these tapasya, but Prahlad was happy at home and did the tapasya of chanting the holy name. And who was protected? Prahlad was protected, right? Yeah. So same way, Dhruv Maharaj went to the forest and did a lot of tapasya, but then it did good for him. So which is prescribed in the Shastras for not expecting anything in return, that should be done. So which is the sacrifice we all do simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra and revives his original relationship with God. That's Srimad Bhagavatam purport. Yes, so by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Maiva Kevala. Kalo nasteva 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 gadaranyata. I'll end the class by saying Kevalashtaka. Mathuram Mathurebhyopi Mangalebhyopi Mangalam Pavanam Pavanebhyopi Harir Namayeva Kevalam. So Kevalashtakam, or it says Madhuram Madhurebhyopi. So sweeter than the sweetest. Pavanam Pavanebhi, purer than the purest. Okay. What is that? Harir Namaiva Kevalam. Only Krishna's Lord's holy name. The holy name is so pure and sweet that the more you taste it, the more you want it. There was a devotee who was chanting one round, but then he went on chanting. He finished 2 rounds. He didn't know it. So he started getting the taste. Once you get the taste, you don't feel like leaving. If you're taking bath, you're cooking, you're cleaning your house, just Hare Krishna just comes to you, because that means yes, you got started getting the taste. And simply by chanting, this is the only way we can get out of this birth, death, old age, disease, and Kali Yuga. So all of you chant, and it revives your original relationship with God. We are all originally Krishna conscious. We were there in spiritual world, but Maya covered it. We completely forgot why we are here. We started enjoying with our senses. But as you chant, all the Maya, all the dust will come out. Means it's taken out, and your dormant Krishna consciousness or your subconscious mind, that's the permanent consciousness, comes out slowly. So it revives. It's the relationship with the Lord is lost now. Now we have to re-establish the lost relationship, and that's done by chanting. So all of you, request you, those who didn't fill the Shraddhavan form, co-host, please repost the Shraddhavan form. I'm really happy we are scoring. Actually, we are almost in the top second. With all the teachers list we saw, our batch is in the second list top. So that means many people are coming up chanting. I request all of you. Kids are doing it, so why don't we do it, right? Just 10 minutes every day, leave it for Krishna. Not necessary in the morning, do it in the night or any time when you're free. Please, just 10 minutes, okay? And tomorrow is the Shraddhavan function on Ekadashi day. Tomorrow is Ekadashi, by the way. So, morning, be prepared. Today night, you have nice rice and all that, so that tomorrow you're not hungry much. But you should have it early. The dinner should be had at 7 or 7:30 today. Don't eat after that, because then the food remains in your stomach and you don't feel like getting up in the morning, and that remains undigested. So have food 3 hours, 4 hours before sleeping. It's good. So regulate your lifestyle. In that way, slowly we can go to Sattvagun. Some people have dinner and immediately go to sleep. Then there's no digestion happening. Your body need rest. Yeah, you're sleeping, but the digestion is happening, and then your all the energy is used for digesting the food. By the time you wake up, you're again sleepy. You don't feel fresh. But you have dinner 3-4 hours before, have a lot of salads and all. It helps in your digestion. It's good for your motion and all that. You feel light. Your body feel light. So do that, and today night do that, and morning be fresh, get up early, and then come for the class, and we'll take Ekadashi, all of us together. It's very nice. And tomorrow is the Shraddhavan function. Nothing in the evening. There'll be an online function. Just come, and you're taking a vow in front of the lordships. Yesterday we saw Radha Govinda, so we're taking a vow, a promise that yes, I'm going to chant one round for Lord, for the pleasure of Lord, not to expect anything in return, but you're taking a vow. So it's like, it's nice. So please, all of you feel it and take up this vow. It's